Okay, we're gonna go through some hip 90-90s. So to set up, go ahead and set yourself up and then I'll kind of talk through it, the position. So to start, if you're a beginner and you have a lot of hip tightness, you're gonna bring your legs a little bit closer together so you're not quite at that perfect 90 degree angle yet. And then you're gonna start there. So that's probably a little bit too narrow. Let's bring the foot out here and foot out here. And then when you start this, make sure you're not bending or rounding through the low back. So you're going to start by keeping that low back straight and hinging over the lead leg, over the lead knee. Perfect. And then you're going to do this until you feel a stretch on the back side of your hip, kind of in that glute area. Once you feel a stretch, you're going to hold for about 10 seconds. And then we're going to add an activation aspect to this stretch. So now you're going to activate the glute by pushing down that right knee into the floor, pushing that right shin down into the floor. About 10% of your force, just holding in that position. Once you hold that for about 5 seconds, you're still going to push the right shin and right knee down into the floor, but you're going to let that push your whole entire body up, back to that upright position. And now you're going to try to sit your left glute down on the floor. Let me pull the camera around so you can see that. So go back into that first position. And then go ahead and lift yourself up and start to drop that left glute towards the floor. So now in this position, we're focused more about the internal rotation of that left hip. Once you feel a stretch in that left hip, you're going to hold for about 5 seconds. Just like the last time, now you're going to be pushing this leg gently down into the floor. About 10% of your force. And then you're going to gently lift your body back into that upright position. So now you're going to be completely upright, neutral. Keep that low back straight and neutral. Now you're going to try to lift this foot off the ground. Hold for about 5 seconds. And then relax. And then you're going to go right back into the same motion again, leaning over that front leg. And now if the first set felt okay, you could expand the range of motion by bringing the legs apart slightly more. Let me move this camera around back up front here. So if that feels okay, now you could go into that full 90-90. So you could bring that leg out front more. You can pull this leg back slightly more, back towards that way. Perfect. Now go ahead and do a set on your own, just so we could see a full set real time. So leaning into that lead leg, keeping the low back neutral. Hold for about 5 seconds. Then you're gently pressing that lead leg into the ground. That's going to activate the right hip. Let that push you back to neutral. And dropping that left glute towards the floor. Once you hold that stretch for about 5 seconds, you're going to start to press that left foot into the floor. About 10% of your force. And then back upright to neutral. And then gently lifting that left foot up towards the ceiling. And relax. Perfect. That is hip 90-90 with activation.